Music. A typical everyday structure in our everyday society. Something that has the power to affect emotions, something that has the power to make us feel upbeat. When you listen to something that makes you feel a certain way, whenever you're sad, you listen to sad music. Whenever you're happy, you listen to happy music. Sometimes whenever you want to be happy but you're sad, you'll listen to happy music to make yourself happy. Or you'll make yourself sad to express hidden emotions that are bottling up inside of you whenever you feel that you are being overwhelmed and need a release. Music is a thing that allows us to express ourselves in a multitude of ways. Ways that to some it's difficult, to others it's as easy as breathing. Some people are addicted to music. They love the sound of it. They love the feel of it. They love how it makes them feel all over. And in a world of superpowers and crazy abilities, it's almost like not surprising that some people have like superpowers that gives them the ability to use music as their superpower. Hell, some of the music is able to be like done in such a way whereas like you wouldn't be able to like create certain songs without a quirk. And that's where our story starts, with a young boy who just loved to sing. A young boy who just loved to express himself through music. A young boy who was so lively, energetic, that you'd have a hard time getting him to sit still or hardly ever see him not singing. And that young boy is Izuku Midoriya. A bright young man with a very chipper kind of personality. Always smiling, always happy, always laughing. He would just do anything he could to express himself through music. Whether it be through sad times, whether it be through happy times. Izuku just loved to sing. It was one of the ways that he felt like he could truly be himself. Not only that, Izuku would actually even go as far as to create his own songs. He would write little songs and he would sing them to his mother, and his mother, she just adored it when her baby would sing, because he would come up with the cutest little songs. He would sing his heart out with so much passion that Inko didn't know how to properly describe it. She almost thought that her baby Izuku was like a musical prodigy. The little dude had such strong singing pipes that it would blow most people away. They'd ask Inko if she takes him to any special practices. No, Izuku is self-taught in singing. He's self-taught in creating songs. He creates them off of the top of his head without even having to try. And on one of the days that he's at school, this is a little bit after Bakugo got his quirk, right? Izuku was in class with all of his fellow classmates, right? And they were doing a show and tell kind of thing where it's the teacher would ask the kids if they did anything creative that week, and the kids would do a little talent show kind of show and tell thing that they would either bring something to school to show what they did during the week that was creative or something like that, right? And it's about the end of everyone else's turn, and specifically just after Bakugo went, right? And Izuku, he goes up on that little stage and he takes the little tiny microphone and he smiles really, really wide. And like and he announces that he created this song about wanting to be a hero with his little buddies, or more precisely with his best friend Bakugo Katsuki. And he just starts like singing this song out of nowhere, and like abruptly, he was in the middle of explaining it, and like the teacher was going to like ask him something, but like this is routine by now. Izuku would break into song like anytime he could, and he just starts singing this song, and it's like uplifting, it's bright, it's cheery, it makes everyone feel like so happy. And like it wasn't even like someone was playing any like instruments in the background. It was just this little kid singing, and everyone was split up into with big smiles on their faces, like dancing and cheering and everything while Izuku was singing. And like at one point he just kind of like he just like starts to like deviate the song a little bit, right? And it just suddenly kind of like took a turn a little bit, like from a happy go lucky cheery song, right, to something like sad toned. Whereas Izuku like sings a line about how though he may be powerless, though he may not have his quirk yet, that he will stand strong and fight any villain that gets in his way, right? And the moment that the song turns a little sad, everyone's eyes begin to water. And the teachers are kind of confused, like, as they're crying about this, right? Like as tears are coming off their face, they're like, why were we laughing and dancing all of a sudden? And now we're crying? Why are we crying all of a sudden? And Izuku, he doesn't know like any of this is happening, because like he's not entirely paying attention to the whole scene. And like he just keeps singing, and like it goes from sad back to cheery again about how like he can reach his dreams, that he'll be an amazing hero, and everyone starts smiling and laughing all over again. And the two teachers just kind of, I guess the best way to say it is that they kind of figure, wait a minute, this must be Izuku's quirk. And the whole time that like Izuku is singing, he doesn't know that like he's getting such like drastically crazy kind of responses out of this, right? Like he doesn't know that that he's making them smile and dance and laugh all of a sudden, or cry and weep. He's just singing his little heart out with all the passion and emotion he has, right? And then like when he opens up his eyes, all he sees all of a sudden is that everyone is like dancing around, and he smiles real big. He's like, I'm glad you liked my song. And the two pre-K teachers walk up to Izuku, and they're like, Izuku, you have a musical quirk. And he's like, what? He's like, Izuku, your quirk, it's musical. You were able to influence us with your music. And Izuku, like, he smiles at this, like, really wide and bright and cheery, and he feels like so special. He's like, I got my quirk. And, like, he just feels like he's over the moon. It's just so crazy to him that he has, like, his quirk now. And, like he just feels like he can do anything. And, he gets home, he tells his mom, I have a quirk now. My quirk came in while I was at school. And she's like, what, Izuku? Your quirk came in. Well, what is it? And he tells her that it's his singing voice, that he has the power to like influence people with his songs. Which, like, I'm gonna say it right now, that's not all he does. Like, that would be one really sucky quirk that like if I just gave him only that, like you can make people laugh, not dance and laugh and cry. Whoopee. That's not a really good quirk. I'm gonna make it like way better. Just watch. It's going to get awesome. But Izuku, like he tells his mom about like, how he's going to, change the world by with his singing, that he gets to be a hero and do what he loves the most, and it's just something that he feels so passionately about, and like he's kind like it's hard for him to even express himself. Like even if he was to create a song, he could not properly or accurately express just how powerful he feels in this moment, or like how proud of himself he is to have something that like allows him to be this powerful, like this incredible, like Izuku, like just like the normal Izuku is not like prideful. He's not like like the kind of person who would like let the power go to his head or anything. He's taking it for what it is, right? And like at this present moment, it's in its like infantile stage of being a quirk, because like not even Bakugo's like could throw off his huge explosions in the beginning. All he had was firecrackers, dude. It has to grow, and it's going to get better over time, right? But Izuku, he's incredibly happy, and I'm gonna say that Izuku, like over time, like he learns more and more about his quirk, right? Because obviously his mom takes him to the quirk doctor, and they run tests. They kind of like come up with like exactly how like what his limitations are at the present moment, and the doctor, who is not Garaki, like he explains to Inko, well, it appears your son has the ability to like turn his music into power, right? Like he has the ability to influence people, not in a way, whereas I'm gonna make it like really like straight up, like straight right here. He does not have the ability to use his music to control people in such a way, whereas like if he was to be a villain, right, he could just like sing a song where it's like, fly, fly away, fly, fly away, and they just like jump off a building. Like he couldn't do that. Like his the only thing his quirk can do at the present moment is only affect people's like emotions. As he gets older, he's going to be able to affect more than the emotions, but it's not going to ever reach a point where he can like straight up control someone to a degree where they would kill themselves, like because of his song, right? But with that being said, like Izuku and his mom, like they learn everything they can from the doctor, and like what Izuku's limitations are, and like Izuku, he develops like into a very like confident young kid, because he didn't have to go through all that quirk discrimination, right? Like I'm gonna say he's very popular like in school, right? Like he is incredibly popular, but he's humble about it. He's not like, oh, I'm this awesome singer. Come praise me. Come tell me I'm awesome. Tell me that I'm like tell me that that like when I sing that I'm just the sexiest thing ever. No, he's not like that. He's just like, he's very humble. He's like, thank you. I appreciate that you like my songs. Like I'm not that good. He's humble about it. He doesn't want to like let it go to his head and become the kind of person that lords their talents over others and makes others feel insignificant, right? Because he's that kind of kid. He's that sweet. Though I will say that like for at least a while, like Bakugo did kind of tease and mock Izuku for his quirk, right? Because of the fact that like it can't do anything extensively like physical, right? All it is that just him singing and it like giving him power, right? But it's more than that. Like his power can do more than that later, but technically Bakugo did kind of pick on him for at least a little while, but like it was never abusive. It was just like teasing, right? And though like a couple times like he did really hurt Izuku's feelings, though I will say that Izuku kind of got him back for that in blood by like how do I phrase this in a way that doesn't make me sound crazy or like doesn't make Izuku sound insane, right? But I'm gonna say that like whenever Izuku and Bakugo were like like a couple years away from middle school, right? Like how do I phrase this? Okay, so they were riding the train, right? To come home from school, and Izuku, he was kind of curious about the idea of like practicing some of his powers, right? So like he tried to think of like a way that he could use his songs to his advantage, right? To mess with Bakugo because of all the teasing, right? Which, by the way, this incident is the reason Bakugo has kind of zipped his lip and decided to never tease Izuku again, or like in general. Izuku and Bakugo, they were coming home from school on the train, and Izuku wanted to practice with his quirk, and he did a little something like, "Gentle winds near and far, send you off to sleep, my friend. Gently you close your eyes, sleeping into your demise. Sleeping here you know no bounds, nothing ever will be found." And, using that song, he sends Bakugo into a slumber, which causes like Izuku choosingly gets out of the train at the correct stop that they're both supposed to come out on, and he leaves Bakugo there. Yeah, let's just say that when Bakugo woke up and Izuku was not next to him waiting for their stop, he was, number 1, freaked out, number 2, pissed off, number 3, very, very afraid of what Izuku is capable of. Now, moving forward a little bit in the story, right, like to a decent kind of like point, I'm gonna say that like Izuku, right? Izuku in this story, he is a very passionate person, right? Like, technically I've like stated this, right? But he's passionate in the ways of like his heart, right? Like he's a very lovable person, but like because of how he kind of grew up, right? Like with his mom and like loving music and all that, right? He kind of developed this like, how do I phrase this? Like he developed this idea of love, whereas like he straight up became a hopeless romantic, like genuinely a hopeless romantic. Like his mom is forced to listen to him like talk about like how he wants to fall in love and how he wants to meet somebody special and how he wants to, like how to treat them, how he wants to love them, the things he wants to do with them. Like, like showing his like desire to be very chivalrous, I guess you could say. Like he tells his mom like how like he wants to meet a girl, right? And he wants to be friends with her before anything else, right? And that like he doesn't just want to like see a girl, like go off of like, prime, how do I phrase this without it sounding horrible? Like urges. Like, he doesn't want to go off of his baseline, like, male urges to pick a girl. He wants to fall in love with them. He wants to, get close with them. Like become, like, know their heart, know the kind of person that they are. Like, share ideas of dreams, share ideas of, like, the kind of people they want to be. Like, he tells her about, like, how he, like, wants to, like, not make the girl feel as if, like, he's only with her for her body. He wants to love the heart over the body. Like, and, his mom, she loves to listen to him, talk about his feelings and listen to his songs, and, she loves her baby. But, like, Izuku kind of feels sometimes as if he's driving her crazy with all his lovey-dovey talk. Like, and he doesn't want to drive his mom crazy with all his lovey-dovey talk. It's just, like, it's the way he feels. So he has, like, he feels like if he doesn't talk about this, that it'll, like, eat him alive. And, but, it frustrates him because, he's about, I'm gonna say he's, like, at the end of middle school, like, before, like right next to the 10 months, right? And he thinks to himself, I want to find someone, like, early, because, like, I don't want to, like, be in a position whereas I'm struggling to, where I'm, like, like, meet them whenever I'm not, like, whenever I'm, like, gonna have to be a hero, and, like, like, I want to, like, make every moment count while I'm still young, and, like, it's the, like, he's in, he's in high school, or not high school, he's in middle school, and, like, it's the teacher is in the front of the class, and he's like, I was gonna pass out all these career aptitude tests, but who am I kidding? I know you all want to be heroes. And he throws the papers in the air. Everyone starts, like, showing off their quirks, except for Bakugo and Izuku. But, like, the teacher tells him to settle down, and he talks about how, like, Bakugo and Izuku both want to, join UA. And, like, Bakugo, he, like, hypes them both up. He's like, Teach, don't lump the both of us in with the rest of these loser rejects. Not like, we're the only ones, like, who have the brain capacity and the quirks to get into that school. And, like, it's something that's kind of, like, difficult for Izuku to admit, because, like, he doesn't want, like I said, he doesn't want to be prideful, but, like, he feels he has a good chance, though he's not confident because his quirk is not physical, right? But, like, as it goes on, like, everyone, like, belittles them a little bit, like talk, like, because of, like, Bakugo's, like really dumb mannerisms of, like, actively trying to piss all of the class off before, like, they're in awe because of hearing that they want to go to UA, and, like, like, it goes through the day, and, Izuku, I'm gonna say that instead of having hero notebooks in order to, to study heroes, which technically he does do it, but, like, not in the same way, right? Like, all of his notebooks are full of songs that he's created, with, like, maybe the occasional, like, with some of the, like, the books having, like, like autographs from heroes that Izuku has met over time. And, Izuku, he's, like, at this point, he's kind of famous, right? Like, because I'm gonna say that Izuku, like, he's started, in the school, right? Like, he's had a bunch of his classmates, right, who, mind you, are not close to him in any kind of, like, way, shape, form, whatever you want to call it, like, confessing to him, and He's turned down all the female classmates because he's like, I'm sorry, I don't know you well enough, and I don't want to like just date you for your body. I hope you understand. I'm like really sorry, but like it continues like this, all the time, and Bakugo is like, hey dweeb, you're writing a song in your little dweeb book, and Izuku's like, Bakugo would no. Do you not remember the train incident? And Bakugo, like, he kind of steps back. He's like, please don't do it again. My mom was furious at me for not, being home late that day. She still doesn't let me live it down. And she was that, and the fact that that his mom didn't believe that he would be reckless enough to fall asleep on the train. Even though he tried to explain to her that his mom that Izuku put him to sleep, she didn't want to believe it for nothing. Because she thought that sweet little Izuku could do no wrong. Little does she know, Izuku is a gremlin menace with a strong set of pipes. But, Bakugo is like, hey, so you want to join me at the arcade today? And Izuku's like, sorry, Bakugo, I gotta do something with my mom today. Next time, I promise. He's like, whatever you say, dweeb. See you later. Izuku starts putting his notebook up, and he makes his way out, and he thinks to himself, shoot, mom is gonna want me to, I'd be worried if I, if I get home late. And he decides that he's gonna take the shortcut, right, to get home, and he decides that he's gonna go to an underpass, right, under a bridge or whatever to get to get home faster. And as he's passing under the bridge, he hears a weird sound come from under the bridge, and when he turns around, he sees what at this point I like to call everyone's favorite booger, the sludge villain. And Izuku starts gagging. He's like, dude, what the, oh god, you stink. And the sludge villain, he's pissed off. He leaps at Izuku, right? And Izuku, you'll understand why he's this weak at this point later on. But Izuku, he starts kind of going through his head. He's like, shoot, what do I do? Because he's trying to figure out any kind of way out of this whole situation that's not going to involve him having the sludge villain, go down his throat. And he reverts to habit at this point, and he thinks maybe if I sing a song, but what song? What should I sing? Shoot, what song do I sing? He's bobbing, weaving, trying to escape this thing, and he decides that he's just going to use the first song that comes to his head. It being the safest option, he goes for a sleep song, and he starts singing, midnight hour, twinkling star, fall asleep into my arms. Midnight hour, twinkling star, you will sleep as far as you go. Sleep until the morning comes. Midnight hours till the sun. And it starts to slowly put the sludge villain to sleep, but it's not fully working as Izuku is intending, and unfortunately it wraps its arms, its sludgy arms around Izuku. He's like, oh, you stupid kid. Since you singing so much, how about I fill that mouth of yours with my sludge and hide in your body and use you like a meat suit. And he starts crawling inside of Izuku and says, thanks, kid, you're really my hero. And Izuku, he starts to feel like he has no power at this point. Powerless, unable to do anything about it. He thought to himself, I thought I could be a pro hero, but I can't even fight this guy with my weak quirk. Why did I ever think he was strong? And next thing he knows, he sees the manhole cover that the sludge villain came out of explode up in and off, and out crawled a blonde being that rushed over to him, and he heard a loud he heard them say something but could not hear it. Next thing he knows, he feels someone smacking his cheek, like very lightly, not smacking the hell out of him, but like, trying to wake him up. He's like, "Hey, kid, I thought you lost you there." And like Izuku, he like kind of like returns to focus and sees it's All Might, and he freaks out. He's like, All Might, and he starts scrambling back. He's like, wait, what? Where's the villain? And then he goes, wait, sign my notebook. And when he opens it, he's like, he sees that All Might had already signed it, and All Might already has the villain, and Izuku like with this newborn insecurity of his, thinks to himself, I need to ask All Might like a question, right? And he's like, All Might, can I ask you a question? And All Might says, sorry, kid, but justice never sleeps. And he tries to take off, but Izuku grabs onto his leg, takes him to the rooftop. They have that whole debacle where with Izuku's eyes being like flapped open and mouth like really creepily catching wind, and All Might tells him to close his eyes and keep his mouth shut until they land. And Izuku says that he feels like his life flashed before his eyes, and then All Might says, "Kid, that was dangerous, right? Why would you put your life on the line like this?" And Izuku's after gathering himself, looks up. He says, "All Might, I have to. My question is really important. Do you think that I can be a hero, even though my quirk is not physical?" And All Might is like, "What?" Izuku's like, all my life I've loved music. All my life I've adored heroes. I want to do the two things I love most. I want to be a hero and give people hope using my music. I want to save people. I want to be the kind of hero that puts smiles on everyone's faces and reassures them with my songs that the world is all right, that it's gonna be okay, and that there's nothing to fear. Because as long as I'm here, that no one will have to ever go without a smile. But I can't do anything physical. I only have my singing voice, right? And All Might ends up deflating, and they have the whole freak out moment that leads into Izuku seeing the wound and all that, and it's just a big mess, right? A really big mess. But it continues with All Might saying, "Kid, as much as I'd love to tell you that you can be a hero, I'm not sure. You'd have to go through a lot of rigorous training. You'd have to not only rely solely on your ability to sing with your quirk, you'd have to know how to physically handle yourself. You'd have to know how to fight hand to hand. You can't just expect for for everything to go, hunky dory, just everything goes your way. You've seen what happened to me with this wound. If I can get hurt like that, and I'm a physical type of hero that punches villains away, and I have a wound like that, then you are in danger. You said that you have an amazing singing voice, right? You could always be a musician, right? You could always make people happy that way. I'm just not sure if I can tell you to follow your dreams if all you can do is sing." Really good. And mind you, All Might does not understand the full capability of Izuku's songs, right? He doesn't understand that he can put people to sleep and all that, right? And that happens. It just does, and it crushes Izuku. He's like, he's right. I should just be a musician. I shouldn't try and be a hero. It's like he said, it's too dangerous for someone without a physical quirk like mine. It's not too flashy either. Izuku just feels down on himself. He feels crushed, defeated a little bit. But basically, Izuku starts making his way down the building. He's not gonna kill himself. He's not that crazy, but he makes his way down the building, and he finds himself hearing an explosion in the distance, and he's like, "What the? Oh!" I should go see. And then All Might's words go through his head, and he's like, no, I'd only get in the way. Might as well just see what's going on. And, he goes over there, and he starts to see, smoke, and he thinks to himself, more villains today? Wow. That's 3, as far as I know. Because, the weird shark one, then obviously sludge villain, and now what he thinks is the 3rd villain, but is really the sludge villain again. And Izuku starts, going through that mental monologue of, oh no, it's my fault. I caused this. If it wasn't for me distracting All Might, this wouldn't have happened. All Might's dumb. It would have. But, Izuku's going through this whole dilemma in his head where he's blaming himself, and then, next thing he knows, he sees, he looks up, at the sludge villain, and he sees Bakugo. Scarlet Red meets Viridian Green. Izuku shoots out from the crowd, going towards Bakugo, seeing his best friend being engulfed by this thing, while no pro hero is helping, no pro hero is doing a thing. It unlocks something that Izuku didn't have before. It unlocked a song in his heart, one that, once sung, would make him a force to be reckoned with. The Song of Hate. Izuku, as he's getting closer to this villain, he thinks to himself, what am I doing? Why am I moving? And then once he realizes why, he figures out why he's doing this, he takes a deep breath in. Little heads up, for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to sing out a song I created. If you don't want to hear it, then skip around 3 minutes. Actually, I'm not even sure if the song is 3 minutes long. Whatever, skip however long it takes for me to stop singing. Also, keep in mind, it's just me singing. There are no instruments, so this is going to be very lackluster and maybe a bit bland. I can hear your heartbeat drumming away, and as our eyes meet, we'll come to play, but I don't play nice, so let's roll the dice and see if you get lucky. So put your hands up and get ready to fight, 'cause I'ma beat you within an inch of your life. So fight, fight, fight for your life. Come on and fight, fight, fight or you'll die. I'm gonna fight, fight, fight for what's right. I'm gonna fight, fight, fight till you die. And as we stand up and get ready to fight, you better come at me with all of your might. 'Cause when I throw down, I will take your crown and I'll drag you through this forsaken town. My heart is pumping, it's got me jumping, and when I run in, you will be done in. So put your hands up and get ready to fight, 'cause I'ma beat you within an inch of your life. So fight, fight, fight for your life. Come on and fight, fight, fight or you'll die. I'm gonna fight, fight, fight for what's right. I'm gonna fight, fight, fight till you die. And as we throw down for this forsaken town, I hear your bones break as you hit the ground. This ain't no shootout, of that I don't doubt. Come on and fight me, 'cause at the cost of your life. Fist to fist, get me 'cause you can't deny that when my heart is pumping, it's really something. You got me jumping, but soon I will win. So put your hands up and get ready to fight, 'cause I'ma beat you within an inch of your life. So fight, fight, fight for your life. Come on and fight, fight, fight or you'll die. I'm gonna fight, fight, fight for what's right. I'm gonna fight, fight, fight till you die. Okay. That's the end of the song. So from here, right, for the entirety of Izuku singing, right, Izuku, he gains this power boost, right? And the Song of Hate has a double effect. Aside from giving Izuku incredible strength to fight, like chaotic things start happening around him. Like literally, as he's fighting this sludge villain, right? Like, like the like the buildings are cracking, and like things are coming up from under the cement, and like at one point, like a giant root like rips its way through the concrete, like takes like wraps around the sludge villain. One of the branches reaches in, grabs Bakugo, rips it away from the sludge villain, and then it starts to just wrap around this villain and like break it into pieces. Like it's completely destroying the villain. And the entire time Izuku singing this song, he's smiling like a madman gone wild. Like Bakugo doesn't recognize him. Hell, the crowd is freaked out. They don't know what's going on with this kid, but like he looks insane. But like after, all that's said and done, right? Like Izuku finally snaps out of it and he realizes, oh shoot, I accidentally went a little too far. And he gets lectured like really bad by the pro heroes, right? And they let him off with a warning because this is his first offense, right? And he's very apologetic because of the fact that like he didn't know what he was doing, that like his body moved before he could think, and that he kind of blacked out. But like the whole thing kind of goes by, and like Bakugo, he's like swarmed by a bunch of heroes who are praising him for being, brave in that situation. Like while the rest are just like lecturing the hell out of Izuku. Like, low key, dude, they have no right to lecture Izuku. He's the one that did something, right? But Izuku didn't want to speak up because of the fact that like he didn't feel he had the right to speak up in the moment. So like he took all this verbal abuse and was kind of like he felt so crappy. Like he's like, did I really do anything? All I did was like scare people. That makes me no better than a villain. And he's downplaying himself. He really did save Bakugo because All Might had no power, and this impressed All Might too. And the next thing Izuku knows, All Might, he comes out from a corner, like, and he tells Izuku that, like, that he really feels like a hypocrite for, like telling Izuku that he couldn't do something, because of the fact that he didn't have a physical quirk, right? Like, he was singing. But, like, he told Izuku that, like, he sees something in him that he has not seen in any other person, and that's his reaction time. That's his, like, the fact that he moved before his body, like his body moved before his brain could like catch up, right? And he admires that about Izuku, and he tells Izuku, hey, I want, as an apology to you for like being a hypocrite, right? And like telling you something that frankly was not true. You can be a hero. I want to personally train you. And like, because you, my boy, have the heart of a hero, a true heart of a hero. And I was blind to that before. But I want to train you, and I want to make you my successor. And Izuku, he's freaking out, right? Because number one, All Might says that he wants to pass on his quirk to Izuku. By the way, that's what I mean by he gets a hell of a lot stronger. Like, his quirk's going to evolve like crazy. But he tells Izuku, to meet him on Dagobah, and that he'll, that, and all that, right? And, Izuku, he goes home. He tells his mom that, like, he met All Might, and that, and that, like, he had an awesome day, and his mom is so happy to hear that from her baby boy. Because any day that, like, that her baby boy, like, tells her something awesome, like, she really feels, like, passionately, like, driven to, to see the light in the day. Like, even if she hasn't had the best day, her son finds ways to brighten her day up with his stories of his day. Because as a mother, the one thing that she wants the most is to hear her baby boy succeeding in life and being happy, you know? But I feel I'm going to leave this part here. I hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget, the shadows are watching.